Hi everyone, this is Peter Corrales from Corrales Law Group, and today I want to make this video regarding advanced parole for those of you that are under deferred action for childhood arrivals, otherwise known as DACA. We receive a lot of questions on this topic, so I'm hoping this video can clear up some questions people may have. Now, the first thing I want to address is advanced parole is not limited to those with DACA, but this video will be directed specifically at people that are under the DACA program that wish to travel abroad for a temporary period. Now, the first thing I want to address is, well, what is advanced parole? Well, advanced parole is kind of exactly what it sounds like. So it's an advanced permission to re-enter the United States. So those people that have protection under DACA are not free to leave and return to the United States, but advanced parole gives them permission ahead of time to re-enter within a certain time frame. So I'll go over a little bit about the mechanics. Now, like I said, this video is particularly for those that have DACA. So if you are not protected under the DACA program, that would be the first step before even considering advanced parole. And you can watch our other videos on the DACA procedure. Now, for those of you that are protected under DACA and wish to travel abroad, this video would be very beneficial to watch. Now, as I stated, advanced parole is applied for before traveling outside the United States, and it's a permission to re-enter. Now, there's several reasons why USCIS would grant somebody permission to leave the country temporarily and return under advanced parole. The three reasons are humanitarian purposes, educational purposes, and employment purposes. So I'll go over each of the categories and some examples of each. The process for applying for advanced parole, it's done on Form I-131, which can be found for free at the USCIS website. I'll post the web link below this video. Now, along with the form, you do need to submit some evidence of your purpose of travel. The filing fee for USCIS right now is $360 as of the time of this video. So let's go over some of the reasons. Humanitarian purposes. This is by far the most common reason we see in our office. Humanitarian reasons for leaving the country and then re-entering can include things like leaving the country to seek medical treatment elsewhere. It can include attending funeral services for a family member. It can also include visiting an ill family member abroad. A lot of people with DACA haven't seen their grandparents in years or aunts and uncles in years, and if someone in your family is sick, you can apply for advanced parole and travel to see them and then come back in the United States. Educational purposes. The most common reason we see in this ground would be something like a semester abroad or a field trip to another country, and these are purposes you can apply for advanced parole. Work is another category, and this can include things like traveling abroad for trade shows, traveling abroad to talk to distributors if you work in a international business, and things of this nature. Again, there's no set in stone reasons, but if you need to travel for work, it'd be worthwhile to speak to an immigration attorney and see if you can apply for advanced parole. Now, if advanced parole is granted to a DACA applicant, basically what it is, it's a sheet of paper with your picture on it, and it gives you a time frame when you can re-enter the United States. Now, when you apply for advanced parole, you're going to list which dates you would like to travel and which date you expect to be back. USCIS will give you a time frame from which you need to re-enter the United States. Very important, your DACA has to be valid throughout that period. So if your DACA is about to expire, it would be a very good idea to renew before applying for advanced parole. Another very important point is that this is called advanced parole. If you have DACA and you leave the United States without applying for this first, you're at very high risk of losing your eligibility to renew anytime in the future, and you're at a very high risk to being not allowed back into the United States. So it's very important to understand that those that have DACA cannot enter and exit as they please. They have to apply for advanced parole in advance. Now, besides the benefit of being able to travel abroad, advanced parole has a very key benefit for those that have DACA. Basically, this benefit is that when you re-enter the United States on advanced parole, you now have a legal admission into the United States. Now, this is very important for those that are either married to U.S. citizen spouses or have U.S. citizen children that are 21 and over. The reason this is very important is because it cures your unlawful entry, your initial unlawful entry. Now, I want to be very clear. Anyone that is planning on traveling on advanced parole should very seriously consider speaking to an experienced immigration attorney. Even though advanced parole is granted, upon your return to the United States, you will be inspected by a USCIS officer, and there are certain reasons why they may not let you into the country. It's not a guarantee to get back into the United States. If you've ever been in immigration court in the past, if you've ever applied for any other sort of USCIS benefits in the past, I highly encourage you to speak to an experienced immigration attorney before going through with this process in order to ensure that you have a high likelihood of being allowed back into the United States. So these are the general things that apply to those that are interested in traveling abroad through advanced parole for DACA. And if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact us. We have been receiving a large volume of calls and emails, so it may take us a while to respond, but I hope this video helps, and I hope that those that need to travel abroad for one of these reasons take advantage of this program, because it's there to help you travel abroad, see family that you haven't seen in a long time, or for work purposes. So this is a great benefit for DACA recipients. Again, this is Peter Corrales from Corrales Law Group, and I thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe for future videos regarding immigration news and procedures. Thank you.